All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Season of Ghosts. I hope you all had a great week. Very glad you all could make it tonight. Unfortunately, we will be down Buckthorn, but we have the four of you as well. So, in our last session, our group of local heroes, you could almost call them at this point, though we'll see if they manage to survive everything occurring, made their way around the sort of southwestern side of Willowshore's Southbank region, having rescued one of the members of the hunting lodge and learning that there is yet one more shrine to be found in Southbank, far to the east at one of the Silvermist lodges you have yet to visit, as well as something strange happening with the horses contained at the stables, as the building itself was destroyed, and one of them may have made ominous threats towards a certain member of our little group here. But you all managed to weather the night in at least as much peace as you could find, aside from the rain of blood that seemed to occur for a small bit of time. But you all, in the following morning, made your way back east in town again, up to Our Lady of Souls, the Shrine of Pharasma, and acquiring the first of 3 blessed copper coins that could hopefully relight the Eternal Lantern and end whatever this invasion of monsters and strange fog and rain is that has infested your city. You have yet to make your way across the river to Northridge at all, where you could check on your own houses and Granny Who, though you have been warned that it seems like the vast majority of monsters seem concentrated in downtown Willowshore at this point in time. As you begin to make your way east from the Lady of Souls towards the 9-year shrine of Daikitsu, hoping to get the second blessed coin, passing it nearby Rook's house, Rook seemed to go just the tiniest bit mad, freaking out about another individual he knew that would cause all sorts of problems to your all's plans before Gaius smacked hopefully some sense into him, sending him sprawling face down into the dirt as the attack landed. And that is where we pick the session back up today, as Gaius has just slapped Rook down into the dirt. Quite hard, quite loud, and the rest of you all kind of pause for a moment to take a gander at what has happened. What would you all like to do?
I'd put myself, Kilmurray would put himself in between the two of them and then go check on Rook. And he's like, that's unnecessary.
Rook is...
He needed some sense.
His head's backwards, my god.
Rook is currently laying in the dirt of the field, face down, not moving.
I turn him face up. Rook, are you okay?
Give me an athletics check.
Oh.
As there is a strange resistance as you try and turn him face up.
Just an open one?
Yep. Okay, very nice.
I am strong.
Managing to take a moment, you feel this strange resistance as you go to flip him over, but with just a little bit of extra gusto in your grip, you manage to roll him over so he's on his back. And at first glance, what you think is just like wet dirt and mud covering the front of his body and face, you very quickly realize is not the case. This strange sort of blackish brown, almost what looks like rot, has taken hold over all visible flesh that touched the dirt and seems to be spreading rapidly.
I stop touching him and I guess attempt a cursory medicine over him to see what's going on.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a recall knowledge roll.
Oh, yes. As soon as I remember where that button is, there it is.
I feel bad saying this so frequently, but with everything that's going on, you're seeing a lot of firsts. This is not something you've ever seen before. But whatever it is progressing fast.
Kuramori, better step back.
Is he dead? But yeah, I couldn't really just sit back from him and like, what's going on here?
Sure. Can I get anyone who would like to give me a blind perception check?
We'll do that.
Perception.
Okay. Gaius, you are the only one to notice as everyone's sort of taking a look at what's happening. Rook does not appear to be dead. You can still see his chest rising and falling as he's breathing.
He's still breathing.
On the sides of his clothes, though, you can see slowly creeping up his sides what looks to be the shadows of hands. Multiple of them.
Has this been something that we've encountered? Or I guess a recall knowledge
Sure.
on.
You saw blood hands before.
You did see blood hands before, not shadow hands.
Oh, jazz hands.
Did you tell us about the hands?
Yes.
Silver. Okay.
There's hands.
Look, everyone, hands.
Well, while you're thinking about it, I'm just gonna cast Rejuvenating Flames
Okay.
and aim the cone at Rook, and because it doesn't, it only heals my allies. It doesn't hurt them. So,
Go ahead and cast it.
all right, it's my focus point. I'll make sure no one else is included.
Sure. Go ahead and roll that. Roll that healing.
All right. That's the healing.
Nice.
That's really not what I am worried about. I'm trying to burn whatever that is off of him. Wow.
Fair.
I'm terrible.
Not great rolls to start off, unfortunately.
And I'll give him a +1 status bonus to fort saves.
Okay.
I don't know.
Gaius.
Like I know the player's gone, but
This is all
Joe
an
doesn't know
elaborate
shit.
setup. He's coming back as an enemy.
Oh no.
Gaius, taking a look at these hands, I mean, it could very well be a haunt, much like you've been dealing with so far. But at the same time, strangely enough, you don't sense any spirits in the area that could be manipulating these hands in some way. And Ko, as you unleash the cone of flame around Rook, healing some of the wounds, some of this strange blackish brown rot that's still progressing across his body, and the flame coats the hands atop of him. It does not seem to slow them down or destroy any of them. Instead, they seem to start moving faster.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Try picking them up. They don't wait for the hands.
You notice at this point, 2 or 3 of the hands, the fingers kind of curl inward as if they're grabbing onto Rook and start pulling down.
I will take my sword and kind of stab at the shadow.
Sure.
I'll also strike with my bow and arrow at the hands,
Okay.
if I could.
Are you trying to do so in such a way that you do not hit Rook?
Definitely.
Okay. Go ahead and roll attack rolls here. There's nothing for you to target.
All right.
You both
And
take a moment trying to figure it out, but they don't appear to have any sort of real definition. There's no physical form that you can see on them, so trying to figure out how to strike them without actually hitting Rook himself, you both just sort of hesitate for a moment because you don't see how you can.
I'm gonna try grabbing my hands underneath the armpits, try to pull them up and lift them off the ground. Kurumori does that.
Go ahead and give me another athletics check.
Oh, so the hands are like hovering above him?
They seem to almost be like part of him.
Okay, that was what my imagination was seeing at
Yeah.
first too. Okay.
Yeah, it's like if Shadow is moving across yourself, that's what it
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
Same.
But there's no source of these shadows that you can tell.
I would like to vitality lash at the shadow.
Okay.
It's not an attack roll, so I don't know
Nope,
how you
it
want
is
to do
a
it.
fortitude. Go ahead and roll damage here.
My God. 4 vitality damage.
Interesting. Are you trying to hit any of the hands, or specifically trying to hit like some of the hands that look like they've fully grabbed onto Rook at this point?
Probably that one. If they're trying to pull him into the ground, or
It's kind of what it looks like.
okay,
Kind
then
of looks
I
like
would
they're
go for
succeeding
them.
too.
I would go for them.
Sure. As you lash out one of the hands that's like holding onto Rook's upper arm and pulling it into the dirt of this field, the energy lashes out, sort of wrapping around Rook's arm where the shadow hand is. And you watch part of the arm that is now covered in this rot that was also covering Rook, that's covering a decent chunk of him now, just begins to burn away. But at the same time, it burns away Rook right there. To the point that as that flesh is stripped away, you can see the muscle and even bone of his upper arm.
Shit, I'm making it worse. I'm making it worse.
Our
Lamori, as you're
weapons are
trying to
not
pull him
doing
away
this.
at this point, an 18 there is not enough, and try as you might this time, you find whatever force is holding Rook down many times stronger than it was previously, and you can't pull him away.
Oh, weapons are not working.
I'll try to grab him and pull him away.
Sure. At this point, you guys can see that, like, his calves and ankles, his hands at the fingers, and even up to the palms, the parts of, like, his back shoulder blades have all completely sunk into the ground.
I have one last trick I can try. It's probably the last, we could do before he's gone.
Let's see it.
I'm going to divine Lance Rook. Because it's spirit damage and it shouldn't hurt him, in theory.
Anything with a spirit can be damaged. No.
That does not hit him. Well, granted, okay, that should hit because he is prone at the moment. So that is a
Prone and
hit.
unconscious.
Yeah, go ahead and roll
Alright.
damage for it.
I like the little ghost icon. Oh, max damage.
Oh, Max.
And it is holy.
As Rook takes this hit, how do I want to describe this?
Oh god, I killed him.
Better by your hand than whatever that was.
As this lance of sanctified divine energy slams into Rook, you watch as all of the black fingers and hands that are now holding onto Rook and dragging him into the ground let go. Their hands and fingers begin curling off of Rook's body before melting into the dirt of the ground. The rot on his flesh stops progressing.
Just to be clear, the shadow hands melted it back into the soil.
They're gone.
Okay.
No, not his hand.
His
I
hands
was
are
asking
partially
if
in the
he
soil
was.
now.
Does it look like he's still breathing?
It does, though his breathing is getting fainter and fainter as it goes on.
Oh, I think you did it, Kuromori.
Quick, feed him berry.
Buckthorn feeds him a berry.
Alright, sorry.
Now that he has no chance to resist the berry.
Force him to chew.
Yeah.
Buckthorn like spawns a berry, he just like squeezes the juice into Rook's mouth, forces him to swallow it.
Excellent.
He will lose the dying condition. Let's actually roll, to be fair, to see how much this heals. 5 hit points back to him. Nice. Rook remains at 0 hit points.
I will pick him up so he's not touching the ground anymore.
Sure. He is breathing. His breathing is stable, but he is not conscious. You can see this massive sort of cauterized wound on his upper bicep where the flesh and muscle has been stripped away from Ko's Vitality Lash. Most of the flesh that you can see at this point has been covered in this sort of stagnant now rot.
Would I be able to recall knowledge on if there's something in, like, stories in the town or anything like that about a disease, or if like a ghost touches you that this happens?
You can absolutely try. Unfortunately, this is not something you've seen or heard before. This is a completely new phenomena. However, at the same time, you're not sure if it really feels connected to everything else going on. Logically, it probably is, but something about it feels like it also might not be. There might be something else going on.
Has anyone else seen something like this? This doesn't seem normal, even if
No, I never. Somebody speaks up. I've never seen anything like this before.
Oh, could it be like, I don't know too much about goblin anatomy or physiology? Is that goblin related? Can I do own recall knowledge, Jericho?
Sure.
I'm not sure if I should or would have been covered with my previous recall knowledge.
I could tell you right now, Kuromori, you aren't going to know what it is. Cyan, you've dealt with a few of the goblins around Willow Shore before.
Mhm.
This is not something you've ever seen, nor is it anywhere near anything they've spoken to you about. This is something entirely new.
No idea either, guys.
I guess I'll recall knowledge just in case, but
Yeah.
I suck at it.
I feel like a broken record. Unfortunately, no. It's... If it makes you feel better, Ko, you rolled the best. But even
Yeah.
still, whatever this is far beyond knowledge you all currently have access to at the moment.
And did I get it right that even with the box berries, he didn't heal up?
Correct. It stabilized him. He stopped effectively dying, but it did not give him any hit points back nor cause him to regain consciousness.
All we could do for him is to take him back to Masuki's and
Well, actually, the mist just started again, right? Recently.
It's been up
Yeah,
for a couple hours at this point.
but it's
So-
never
Wasn't
fully
wasn't it
stopped.
preventing magical healing
It
the first time
limited
it showed up?
it limited healing, but it never full out stopped.
And that was back when the fog seemed to be absorbing blood.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It did not go through that process this morning. When the fog descended, it was already the full red.
Perhaps
Yeah.
perhaps Ilzis Kendora may have an idea of what we could do for him. Maybe his clan master might know. If it's something unique to goblins.
Right. Are we just carrying him along?
Well, he's not gonna walk.
Where? We're in this house, right?
You're just past it, effectively, at this point. Out in the fields.
Don't
Does
think we
it-
should leave him there.
I guess try to. Is there a cart nearby?
Not a fixed one.
Just broken curtains.
Yeah.
We could carry him back to his house, I guess, in the meantime.
But I don't think he'd be safe in there. It's been haunted at least once, possibly twice by
That's true. And he has this rival thing with another goblin, right?
But realistically, we may, with what is happening, it might not be best to carry him. And others may think he might already have passed.
Well, I'm not going to leave him out here.
Oh, definitely not here.
Perhaps we can leave him in the Pharasma Temple. It's the closest place. There's no one there. But hopefully it would prevent any more of this spirit shenanigans.
It's better than nothing, I suppose. It's the shrine is still sanctified there.
That's true. Or is the Pharasma shrine nearer to us than the Deiketsu shrine at this point?
The Dekitsu
I mean-
would be closer.
Yeah, this one's right here.
I guess
I-
let's-
I guess, what does this Kistu shrine look like? Is it just out in the open? Or is it actually a
the Shrine of
building?
Dekitsu is actually it is a hut. It's a single building, but it kind of looks like grain storage. The interior of it is primarily underground, though. When you enter, it's mostly just like a staircase that leads down to an open chamber underground, for any of you that have been here before.
probably safe for if it's sanctified as well. What do
As
you
one
guys
of
think?
the major temples here, you would know that it is sanctified.
That would definitely be the better course. As with what's going on, we can't be carrying him.
We didn't see Ba Ming U at Masuki's, did we?
You did.
Oh, okay, she's over there. Oh,
You would have seen her over there.
okay. I just couldn't hear it because there's a lot of names and I didn't write them all down.
She was not specifically in the meeting of the elders, but you would have
Oh.
seen her helping tend to some of the injured.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's the priest the priest of Dasuki who shrine. There's a whole story behind her in that shrine.
All right. Yeah. Once we get to the estate, I guess we could inform her that there's someone in the Daiketsu shrine.
We left a body in your shrine. Sorry about that.
I mean, I'm okay with carrying him, so we could leave him there temporarily. Go to the what's it called? The lodge in the woods to find a shrine there, and then come back and retrieve him, and then bring him back to Asuki's.
It sounds good to me.
I'll
Only
carry this.
option.
I'll carry this burden. As I flip my token again. Whoop.
So you are carrying Rook as you all head towards where specifically?
The Daiketsu
the-
shrine.
Yeah, the Suki shrine, yeah.
Okay. That's
Let me
not
sheathe
too
my
much farther
weapons.
ahead from you all. So, it only takes a few more minutes to arrive as you all make your way towards this large hut sort of building with a currently closed front door.
My hand's full.
I'll open it.
You open it. You see what appears to be a small living area, little more than like a kitchen and a small sleeping area, and a set of stairs that leads down. What order are you all entering this building? For anyone who is entering the building.
I'll be first for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Who's carrying Rook?
Kumori.
Kuramori.
Yeah, so my hand's full, so I'll enter probably after everyone to make sure it's safe.
Yeah, I'll probably be headed at the back just to get the.
Buck would probably be up front.
Probably.
Yep.
It's like Gaius, Buckthorn, Kuromori, Ko, Cyan, something like that.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay. Gaius and Buckthorn enter without much issue. As you go to enter Kuromori, a shimmering curtain of light fills the doorway.
Oh. I touch his toe to the light.
Your toe passes through
No,
the
his.
light.
What about Rook's toe?
Oh, one of Rook's toes. You fool.
Uh-oh.
There's an
Six red.
immediate stench of burning flesh,
Oh, I pull it
and
away.
smoke begins to rise off of Rook's toe.
This is a conundrum.
Could I do a religion check to sort of like see if I, or
Yeah.
or detect magic work? I just want to see if I can detect unholiness.
That would, at this point in time, more fall under religion for you.
A religion?
Because I don't believe Detect Alignment, I think, still technically exists as a spell, oddly enough. I mostly use it for detecting holy and unholy creatures now.
Oh, okay.
But I don't believe any of you have that spell. Is that still a spell?
What's
I think so.
Nice.
no?
25.
Like it exists if your campaign uses alignment.
Yeah. Since this one does not, I more have it detect holy, unholy, and sanctification than anything else.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But for now, I rolled 25 religion.
While you can't necessarily sense any unholy energies wafting off of Rook, by the fact that the shrine that you know to be sanctified and a holy place is repelling him, there is a high likelihood that for whatever reason at the moment, Rook is denied entry into a holy place.
Well, so much for legal here.
Right.
Was his toe covered in the ichor first? No.
Part of it was definitely, yeah, his toes are fully rotten.
Oops.
Kuromori, I think.
Does the burned part of his arm include his elbow?
No, it's like upper bicep area.
Okay, that's gonna be hard to put through the wall. With
Or, okay, so, sorry, I misunderstood what you were asking. The area the rot covers is basically the entire front of his body. I'd say...
Can we
at
pass
this
him
point,
partially through backwards without touching the ichor, or no?
Probably not. It
Okay.
probably covers roughly 70% of his body at this point. And
I'd
it's
just be
front
curious to
moving
know if,
towards
like,
back.
Unaffected flesh also has the same effect.
You could try to maneuver it such that a part of the unaffected flesh touches it.
I'll make that suggestion to the party, but I'll allow them to decide.
So, what's the suggestion?
It is definitely worth a shot.
Just to pass a part of his body that is not affected by the rot through the curtain, just to see what happens.
All right.
Okay.
I can help you out with that, Kuromori. Let's angle this.
Okay.
I'll hold the legs, I guess, and Kuromori could. We'll
Trying
try
to
to
puppeteer a part of like his back or his elbow.
Yeah,
through
exactly.
the curtain.
Exactly.
Nice.
I think.
Touch the back
Weekend
of
at
his head to the
Bernie's.
light.
Yep. More or less.
As you do so, you manage to touch the part to the light that is not rotten.
We tried not to kill you, bro, I swear.
And yet still smoke rises and the stench of burning fills your
Immediately pull it back, I
nostrils. Yeah.
guess.
Congratulations, you've burned off a little patch of his hair now. You've given Rook a bald spot. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Gosh.
No.
Kuromori, I think you should step inside, because you're the one who does the blessing of the coins, right? I could stay here with Rook.
Well, Colin's inside. Like, how's it looking there?
It looks fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So watch over him now.
Yeah,
Do the right hand.
I'll stay here. Keep watch.
Okay.
Is there like a bench outside?
There is not.
Okay. Anything to sit on?
There's a bed inside.
No. I'm not going in the building.
There is, believe it or not, lots of ground around you that you could sit on. But
Yeah.
I don't think
aside
that's
from
going to be
that-
happening.
I mean, if you want, you could like climb up and sit on the roof, I guess. that disrespectful to
just
sit on the roof of a shrine?
probably.
So look,
It feels like it should be,
No.
right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels like it should be. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna set Rook up, like, seated position against a wall and just kind of
Okay.
sit beside him.
I'll go in to the up to the shrine and begin the ritual.
Sure. Make your way down the stairs inside, and you find yourself probably about 10 feet underground in a decently large room lined with stone, with a 15-foot tall marble statue in the middle of the room. The statue, of course, being of a nine-tailed fox, with a large rope made out of hay hanging off of its neck. The stone wall sort of decorated with painted carvings that depict the various divine stories of Daikitsu. But if you are attempting to seek Daikitsu's blessing, then of course religion or Daikitsu lore would be perfect. You could also attempt farming lore or survival as an alternate skill for a blessing here.
Oh, religion all the way.
Nice and consistent.
Yep. Basically go out there and like, Asuki, I call upon you as a follower of Tsukio, the Prince of the Moon, to aid us in our times of trouble and bless this coin.
Okay.
Yay.
Crushed. Similar to what you saw at the shrine of Pharasma, after about 10 minutes or so of prayer, the coin slowly begins to hover up into the air, rotating ever so slightly, allowing you to sort of see all of the imperfections on just this small piece of copper that has value to so many people. And this faint reddish light begins to surround the coin, as it just remains slowly spinning in the air in front of you.
I'll gently shake it from the air and stow it.
You get zapped with lightning.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
You fool. You made a classic
I'm
blunder.
like, wait, it's red.
That is just a color pretty frequently associated with Daikitsu. That would have been the color of the shimmering veil on the front door as well. I failed to mention that, though.
Okay. Well, I'll exit the shrine, saying I appear to have been successful.
Oh, good job.
Perhaps I should attempt to tend to his injuries of mundane medicine. Perhaps that will work better.
Certainly, you can try.
Sure.
Where's that? Treat wounds. There it is.
Where's the other shrine on the side?
It's the one at the lodge.
Correct. You have been made aware of a shrine to Ketethys at the Silver Mist Lodge there.
Oh man, killing it. Or I might just be killing him. I don't know.
Okay. You spend what time you can bandaging up the sort of cauterized wound from the vitality lash, the burnt areas of flesh that covered or touched the curtain. You kind of just wrap all of Rook in bandages that you can, with what you have at least. The rot does not appear to be spreading, but doing a few small tests with what supplies you have does not seem to do anything to lessen the rot either.
All right. Good little small mummy.
Goblin
Things
mummies,
seems to be
fun.
working. The temple is rejecting Rock.
I'm not sure if it'd be wise to walk through the forest with a incapacitated individual. I was thinking, because we want to deal with the Buzu with the poison, correct?
Right.
We have to cross the river to get the said poison.
Yeah.
One of the abandoned estates, I believe, has a abandoned shrine to Desna.
Whoa. Well, where is that?
According to my the abandoned stuff is right
Grimmer,
now.
I'm not sure you're technically automatically aware. Have you really spent time at those abandoned estates?
Oh well, I guess I could do a little short lore to.
Yeah, you could make a recall knowledge to see if you are aware of the shrine there. But the
Oh,
only
good.
shrines that people are automatically aware of are the Abadar, Daikitsu, Kofusashi, and Pharasma shrines. All
Okay.
others would require a roll to know if they're there or not. And unfortunately, with that roll, at least at this moment in time, you would not recall any of the other specific positionings of shrines.
Never
Retcon.
mind. I don't know of any Desna shrines.
Oh, you must have
Oh,
imagined
why
it.
is there the players died?
Spike,
Kuro, is his flesh rotting, or is there rot on top of his flesh?
the flesh is rotten at this point, from what you can see. It does not appear to be something covering him, but a part of him.
My character's starting to get super sus about Rook.
So my
Vitality
line
loss
of
should not have
thought,
hurt him.
before my knowledge failed me was that we could take him back to the state so that Pandora can look over him and see if she can figure out what's wrong with him. Then we cross the river, get the poison. But that was contingent on finding our shrine over there without, going into the hot zone of the downtown.
Right.
Still left with the same problem. We have to carry him.
Yeah.
And
Is
going
it
into town means more fighting.
out
Guaranteed.
of character? Is it 2 or three shrines, or is it 5 shrines that we need for the coin?
You need three
Three.
blessed
Three.
coins.
And then we only have Pharasma in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need another day before we can use the Avatar one again.
There's a whose shrine was it in the hunting lodge?
Ketaphis.
Oh,
There's
okay.
nothing to say the other shrines will accept him either.
Right.
I think it's a sanctified ground would reject his current state.
What might be best is to leave him at his place for now, and then we will pick him up on our way back from the lodges and take him back fully to have them look at it.
I have to agree with Gaius here. It's dangerous carrying a body all the way down to the lodges or anywhere, really. In Rook's place, we've kind of scared that poltergeist away, I believe.
But something ransacked it afterwards. In fact, it was a slamming door that attracted his attention, if I recall correctly.
That's right, but
He will be my burden. I will carry him.
are you sure?
I'll accept his burden.
Right. I'll keep watch from the back as always.
I'll let you keep flipping your token, Kuromori.
Yeah, I just do an edit and do appearance and mirror image.
I'm gonna walk in front of Kuro.
So where specifically are you all heading right now?
To the lodges over
The
here.
lodges.
Okay.
I think technically, as long as I'm carrying them, I'm probably encumbered.
Yeah, I was gonna
most
ask.
Definitely.
Mechanically, what does this mean for
Thankfully, he's
Kuromori?
not actually carrying too much bulk himself. But at the moment, Kuromori, how much bulk can you carry before you are maxed?
My max bulk is actually 13.
And you're at 5 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. In total, Rook with all of his stuff is going to be 5 bulk, 5 light bulk with everything he's got. So that
bulk,
would put
5
you at
light.
encumbered, which will cause you guys to move a bit slower.
Can I take on his backpack to
Sure.
lessen that? Yeah.
It will still end up over encumbering, or at least putting the encumbered condition on Kuromori.
Oh, I see.
But
I will lay them down when necessary.
But yeah,
But-
I'll help out.
Sure.
I'll get the whatever's in the backpack.
would you like me to
I have
just dump his stuff in the stash for you guys?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I just don't make. I realized I wasn't allowed to make it.
Out of curiosity, what happened to the Raven?
Oh, it's Mechanical Raven.
Mhm.
All right.
Is it still there? Just
You have
inactive,
not seen
or
it today. And you know he's got a small satchel that he keeps it in. When you open that satchel, it's not there.
Yeah, I don't know too much about familiars to understand what's going on.
Same. I'm beginning to wonder if our town's been put in a sort of purgatory, some sort of in between life and death.
Typical casters leaving their familiars behind. Could they?
It's funny because
Alright.
he was the witch. He was the one who would get it back every day.
Yep.
Maybe it was the bird that was the witch all along.
The bird was the character.
All right. Taking a little while to sort of walk through the fields carefully and make your way over towards the lodges. As you come across these buildings over here, they are definitely pretty heavily damaged right now.
Anything? Any creature that we can perceive from?
Perception checks.
Would it
Gotcha.
be the Seek or?
This
Or I
is
guess-
would be for anyone who is specifically using the search exploration activity may make these perception checks.
Okay,
So
got it.
I guess
yeah,
I
I'm
have not
avoiding.
specified what exploration actions everyone is taking.
Yeah, I'm avoiding notice.
Would I be preoccupied with carrying his potential corpse?
I don't think so. It's
Okay.
just like you've got him slung over your shoulder, pretty much. So,
Okay. Well, I'll be doing perceptions then.
okay. So you and Gaius are searching.
Yes.
Ko, you're
repeat
still just
detect.
detecting magic.
yeah,
Okay. Cyan, are you still trying to avoid notice?
Yep, I am.
Go ahead and give me that avoid notice check then, please. Thank you. And Buckthorn is scouting for you all to give you a bonus.
What a nice guy.
Okay. As you all are making your way through the ruins, Gaius, you specifically hear from the grass outside of the area, around here, I should say, a few small voices. More fresh meat has arrived. me circle around behind them.
Something's here, and it will come from behind. I'd say as I like start to two-hand my sword.
Sure.
Yeah, I prepare my uh, gakgum.
I will set Rook's body on the ground.
Okay.
Sorry, Rook. I
Did-
need my hands free.
Did the voices sound like the spider voices or the centipede voices, or are these new voices?
These are new voices.
Okay.
Each creature has also had a distinct individual voice. Like each centipede would technically sound a bit different.
Spiders
Okay.
sound like the entire cast of South Park.
As someone who has
Hey,
not
guy.
watched South Park before, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to assume it's bad. Don't judge me for not watching it.
Oh no,
Um,
they all have really weird voices.
That's awful. Gaius, you notice as you're all kind of standing there, weapons at the ready, the grass on both sides of you sort of shuffling slightly, as if something is within the grass.
Roughly how far away is it?
At the moment, they're probably like 40 feet away from you, slowly moving in your direction.
Is there a way that I can ready a strike?
Yeah, so in Pathfinder, the way the ready action works is it takes 2 actions to make a ready action, and you choose a trigger and a single action ability, which can be like a strike, a stride, whatever. And if the trigger occurs, you can then use your reaction to make that single action ability.
I was mainly asking because we're not in combat.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's why-
aware. These things may or may not be dangerous enough to warrant rolling initiative and everything for combat.
But yeah, I would like to strike it once it gets within
Sure.
range. And I'll go for the left one. That's what I'll
Okay.
focus on.
At the moment, seeing you all at like weapons ready and obviously very much keeping an eye out on their surroundings, the grass will stop moving and you all will hear a voice. Why have you not progressed inwards?
Is that Rook?
It is not coming from Rook.
Okay. I want to make sure on that one.
He's been possessed. I'll kill him.
I'll do more than a slap.
Do we all hear this, by the way?
Yes, absolutely.
Is it actually a noise or in our heads?
No, it was an actual noise. You heard it. You could hear it
Is-
coming from the grass, like 40 feet
Oh,
away.
okay.
It's the same one from earlier about the fresh meat, not another new voice.
Sounds like it.
Maybe it's because you do not want to come out and play.
We do not wish to play, we wish to feast.
That would be why we didn't proceed.
I'll try to intimidate it.
Okay.
Private or public?
Public. 'Cause this would be falling under coercion, I believe, is what you are effectively attempting to do at the moment.
We will gladly aid you on feasting, but unfortunately, the only thing on the menu is the steel.
Unfortunately, I cannot consume metals.
Oh, you definitely can.
Do you not have a large piece of food with you?
And what would that be?
So you do not carry food with you?
What would the large piece of food you are referring to?
Got 2 weeks of rations on me.
Yeah, I'll throw some rations into the bush.
Okay.
Here you go. Now fuck off.
Are you trying to whole week's worth at it?
Cole, can you give me a diplomacy check, please?
Hey, this is how we like get domesticated beasts, apparently.
Yep.
Nope. Hero point. Hero point. Hero point. I will roll good one of these fucking days on.
Hey, it's better.
God.
Yeah, one better. Woo! Let's go.
Throwing a ration into the grass and telling it to fuck off. A second or two later, you just see a snake head come up out of the grass with like the ration in its mouth.
No.
And then it just turns away and starts slithering off.
Did the other one turn away too?
You have not seen the other one move at all.
I'll toss a ration at where it last moved. You get one too. Do the same as your friends and leave. Diplomacy on that one, or
Sure.
I'll hero point that.
Spending
Oh man!
hero points on feeding snakes.
God, I love this game.
Hey! The snakes could come back and help us. All right.
If it makes you
Man.
feel any better, if you didn't re-roll that, it was going to demand 2 rations from you.
I mean, Ko used a spell slot on an NPC last week. So,
I'm so
or
proud
last
of
session.
you all. Roleplay.
Yep.
The other snake, like, very slowly, almost sheepishly, raises its head out of the grass. I did not believe you had seen me. I must
We
improve.
We see all, and don't you forget that.
Do you see this?
What is he doing?
Just staring at you.
Step us off.
Yes. he's mentally throwing the bird at us.
That's legitimately what he's doing.
I gave you food. Come on. No need
The
for
snake just
that.
flipped it off.
I'll remember this. You won't see me next time. I'll take the food and start slithering off.
Where is my rations?
How to deal with intelligent snakes. Feed them rations. Tell them to fuck off. This is gameplay, people.
I need to go into edit to change the usage amount.
Yes. Unless you just want to hit use on the rations. Either works.
I just tossed him basically a week's worth.
Oh, wow, you tossed
My
a lot of
God.
food.
Well, like I tossed him like one ration. It's fine. It's fine. Surely it won't bite me later on.
Bottoms.
How could that snake speak? How could it speak with so much food in its mouth?
It's a snake.
Well, the second one didn't pick it up until after I had finished speaking to you all.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Hey, Cyan. Cyan, can you give me a perception check, please?
Sure.
On this week's episode of Mr. Ed.
Fantastic.
What does that mean?
as you're all kind of watching the snakes slither away back into the forest area, you think for a moment, Cyan, you can see the first snake stop and start slithering up what you think for a moment is just like a thin tree trunk, and then you very quickly realize is a horse leg.
Where is this horse leg?
Like over here.
The horse. It's back.
Can you see the horse? He points it out.
Kuromori. The horse you entertained last night is back.
Oh.
I pointed.
The horse you entertained?
Oh, yes. I told you guys a horse spoke to me. And didn't the horse speak to you as well, Gaius, later on? It visited the estate last night.
Yeah,
What?
It said his
Why
uncle is
did-
in danger.
Why did you, if I'm getting this word correct, entertain it?
Oh,
Seems threatening.
he just meant that Kuromori spoke to it as he was on watch. Told him that my uncle's life was in danger, and when I stepped out, because Kuromori woke me up, told me that it was there, but it was gone. But apparently it was just peering through the wall. Its head was like grinning at me.
That wall's 15 feet high.
It was a 15-foot high wall, so I don't know how that head got up there, but apparently now I don't know if it's the same horse actually. I'm just assuming that it's the same, because it's always the same horse.
Do I even see this horse he's talking about?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'll try to search for the source too.
Yep, I'm pointing at it, so hopefully give them a circumstance bonus.
Now, Cyan, just to confirm, when everyone is at the Daikitsu Shrine and you were sitting outside with Rook, were you kind of like sitting with him against the wall?
No, I know my 8 practices.
But you forced Rook to break the 8 practices.
Because I assume that he's kind of rotting and everything, so doesn't apply to him.
Okay.
It can't apply if he already is one.
But I was careful not to lean against the wall.
All right. That's fine.
Not another gotcha.
I mean, I still kind of got you because you put Rook against the wall.
Fair.
So,
I
2 out of
forgot about
2
that
out of
too.
8, bro. 6 more to go.
6 more
Yep.
to go. If I can get you guys to
That's
break
true.
more than half, I win. That's how this
I
works, right?
probably be
No,
breaking all
Cyan's
of
gonna
them.
break all
Yep.
of them.
But like, it's not.
At a
it's
certain
not the
point, like if he
Draenic
gets to
adventure, it's
4,
not a
he might as well
checklist.
try to go for all 8. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Oh, please
I
stop
just need to
me.
get him to pat someone on the head or shoulders at some point.
I asked it to be pinned. Oh, I can't definitely leave laundry out at night. Gosh, if I do that.
Gaius, you notice the horse as well. Just kind of standing in the trees. Just like chewing on some grass at the moment. Not looking in your direction.
It's not grinning or anything like that.
No, it just looks like a horse.
Let's,
Okay then.
let's just
Just-
move on and hope it doesn't
Like-
notice us.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Alright. Continuing
It's-
on towards the lodges themselves.
Yeah, and Cyan, as we're walking past that point, is really avoiding notice. if that's even possible.
Give me another stealth check,
You want fresh perceptions for
please.
exploration?
Stealth, sorry.
Cyan. You're so focused on not being seen by the horse. The rest of you watch as Cyan walks straight into a tree.
Yeah.
He is not sneaky at the moment, and the horse absolutely seems to hear this and raises its head up and looks in your direction.
Mm. I bow my head down, trying not to take a look at the horse. Just follow everyone. Sorry.
You hear the sound of galloping. That slowly fades away.
See, you scared them off. It's all good.
Yeah. Right. I'll be more quiet next time. Apologies.
Right? And you guys are free to make your way over towards the lodges with Gaius and Koromori keeping an eye out on things.
Do we do our little steps, Jericho, or
You can move yourself fully there.
got
this
it?
time.
Thank
I'll
you.
allow it.
How generous.
I know. Your magnanimous GM, everyone. As you reach the lodges, these buildings are very similar to the other lodges in the buildings you just passed. Mostly torn down and wrecked at this point. Chunks of the wall have been broken. The doors are hanging off their hinges. Looking inside, you can see numerous areas that appear to have just been ransacked and raided. But you do not hear anything. You do not see anything.
And the temple is nearby as well?
From what you were told, it was more that there's just a small shrine to Ketaphis inside the lodges.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Head on in.
Okay. It doesn't take very long for you all to find the shrine, or at the very least what remains of it. Most of the building has been heavily looted and damaged, and the small statuette of Ketaphis as well has not escaped this damage, with multiple cracks running through it. The wooden sort of cabinet that makes up the shrine broken and bent out of shape in a number of places. It's not looking good.
Yeah. I mean, I could attempt it, but I don't know if it'll work. There's no like curtain of light like at the Suki shrine, right?
There was no curtain of light when you entered or approached it.
Oh.
I'm not very familiar, Koromori. Will it work? That shrine looks damaged.
I mean, it's still a shrine to Ketaphis.
Alright.
We're
Do
here,
your thing.
so all right. I will walk up.
I will refocus
Click
while
on-
he's doing this.
Sure.
I forgot to say that at the last place.
No worries.
Yeah, I'll say a prayer to Ketaphis. Basically, I apologize for the state of your shrine, but I call upon you to aid us in this time of darkness on behalf of Sukio, Prince of the Moon.
Yeba.
Oh man, rocking these religion checks.
None of you are really sure if this will work, considering the fact that the shrine itself is pretty heavily damaged. But after spending the 10 minutes in prayer, focusing as much as you can, and pretty fervently asking for aid, a soft golden glow does begin to envelop the coin where it sits.
Thank you for answering, Cataphys. And I'll retrieve the coin.
Yeah, you did it, Grumari.
We're one step closer.
Oh, how many coins do we have?
That's the third one.
Oh, right. No, we only need 3, right?
Right.
Ton of days.
And yeah, we need 3. We need to deal with the Bozu.
By the time
Alright.
you guys finish this up, it's a little after 2 in the afternoon.
I guess we have time to open the dam and head back, right? Didn't we want to do that? So that when we eventually take
Alright.
boats across, it's easier.
Yeah, we could do that.
All right.
And everyone else's houses are on the north side, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, let's head to the dam then.
Okay.
Skip up Rook and continue on.
Are you guys still just going in a straight line or going back to following the road?
I'll follow their lead on that one. If they want to take the road or walk through the fields, I don't care.
Would the road be faster? Would we be cutting?
No, cutting through is
To
going to
the
be the
field.
more direct route.
Right. I think if I reduce speed, we should just cut to the fields.
Taking the road would make it a roughly 3,500 foot journey. Just cutting straight would make it about 2,800 feet. So you'd be saving about 700 feet of movement going through the fields.
Yeah, we could just go through the fields. Yeah, let's just keep our eyes out for Jenkins and all of that.
Chickens and snakes.
Other talking creatures. And phantom ravens. And horses.
And hands.
And hands. Blood or shadow.
I agree. Do you want us to walk piecemeal again, or just...
You can do larger steps.
Do you want fresh perception rules?
Please.
Watcha. Oh, I follow the DM's lead.
Left behind.
Okay.
Quit horsing around.
Thankfully, nothing seems to come after you all as you all are traveling.
Damn it.
For this part of the day, at the very least, everything appears above board and solid as you're making your way slowly through the fields, carrying Rook's still unconscious body with you and making your way towards the dam itself. This area is pretty heavily damaged. Number of buildings that are just heavily broken in areas. There's still dried blood on the ground. A few corpses here and there don't seem to have been tended to. But it is not terribly difficult to find the little sort of mechanism house for the dam and find the mechanism for lowering it. Whoever wants to do it, though, it is going to take a little bit of time, and I'm going to need either an athletics check or an engineering lore check.
I will go ahead and do that athletics.
All
I
right.
would have taken this shortcut before.
And is he within? Like, if I don't go on, do we need to go onto the bridge to do this?
Nope, it is just off of it. You could attempt
Okay.
to cross the dam.
Damn.
I was gonna say I was gonna offer you a guidance, but it looks like you're on your own.
Guidance would also not really help since guidance lasts for a round, and this is a 10-minute activity
Oh,
to try
okay,
and
I didn't
close
realize.
it. Thankfully, you don't break it. That's the good news.
It's stuck! Whew!
I could give it a try.
Wait,
Are you sure?
Curiosity
That's
is
pretty tough right there.
Is the dam showing the same level of like damage as everything else
Look.
around here?
It does
Watch
not
Rook.
appear to have been damaged at all.
Okay.
I'll ask Buck to watch Rook, and I'll crack my knuckles.
Are there any
Ah.
boats nearby?
All right, go for it.
Give me a perception check.
Put your buttons in action.
Sorry, whoever was attempting, I need athletics or engineering lore. Ko had
Oh, yeah.
specifically wanted to look for birds.
Boats.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I
Ah,
I
so,
misunderstood.
all right. Good news is, Kuromori, that was the DC you needed.
Nice.
Ooh.
So spending another 10 minutes and finding this time the latch that Gaius failed to flip that unlocks the whole thing so it can actually be lowered. You manage to take the time to very slowly lower the dam into the water, hopefully making a trip across if you find some undamaged boats. Nice and easy. As you're doing so, Ko, you do not notice anything.
Okay.
Nice. So next step, find a boat.
We were gonna go back to Matsuri's right before we do this.
Right.
Or-
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we just need to. I was just looking for boats to see if anything was floating on the water that wasn't damaged. Because the dam isn't damaged at all.
Yeah.
What's
You're
the
aware
bridge?
that you would be aware that there wouldn't really be many boats in this area. If you head a bit west, sort of on your way back towards Matsuki, that's where most of the boats probably would be, over by the milling houses. That's where the primary docks are.
Yeah. Other than like what the damage the monsters did to the bridge were, the other bridge, this one,
Mm-hmm.
like, was it structurally sound still?
Looked like it, yeah.
Okay.
And the bridge itself, it's a big stone bridge, didn't actually really appear damaged. Mostly just a lot of blood on it, and there was the pile of broken furniture being used as the throne by the Buso.
Okay. I'll definitely avoid the bridge, right, guys?
Right.
Yep.
Let's head to Matsuki's then.
Okay.
New perceptions.
I won't require new perceptions here, unless one person wants to stop their just regular searching and specifically focus on trying to see if you can find any undamaged boats. or just boats in general. Like how you guys are going all the way out into the fields when the road's probably the quicker way to get back this time.
Yeah, but there's a booster right there.
There is.
Yeah, we're avoiding that guy.
When the
Were you
real long
waiting
way
for
around.
us?
Yeah, really. Yeah, we're wasting all our time.
Hey, you know what? I can't blame you. I think with that would probably bring you guys close to 4 p.m. by the time you're making your way back into the estate.
And this whole time, Rook's condition hasn't really changed, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Right. Let's find someone who knows what Rook's experiencing right now.
Who do you want to seek out over it?
The Goblin Chieftain.
Targ.
Sarg.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know their name actually.
Zarg is their
Was
name.
it Zarg? Yeah,
Yeah.
Zarg or
I mean-
what?
In character, I don't think Rook introduced it.
No, but we probably would know him because they're a local figure.
I think
Oh,
you
that's
guys
fair.
did
That's
speak
true.
about it briefly
true.
last session, because you did see Zarg, and was it Kuramori that asked later if that
I
had
did.
been?
I think.
I asked Rook
Oh,
whether.
and yeah, then yes, you would know Zarg is the chief's name, at the very least.
While they're looking for Zarg, I would be looking for Isbeth Kendora.
Elizabeth,
Yeah, Liza's
leader
Kendora.
of the her fluvial Lady of Souls. I always get the name of the place wrong because it's such a weird one.
Yeah, it throws me off my mute.
Okay. It's not terribly difficult to find them. Elizabeth is in a small meeting with Matsuki and a couple of the other town leaders. Zarg is with a few of the goblins, doing a little bit of helping out with Yong Wushu, trying to do a little bit of forging. Doesn't look like they're doing very well at it, but they're helping.
We're happy.
Who would like to go first?
Oh, actually, I would probably check Rook to where all the injured are, rather than going straight to Kendora.
Okay. Kind of drop him off on an open bed.
Yeah, and see if anyone is attending to the people. See, I need some help.
There are a few doctors, and one of them will quickly come over when you ask out and begin to take a look at him.
I think we may need Kendora's help with this.
This isn't anything I've seen before. And, I mean, you've already bandaged him up mostly, aside from where I just took him off. This isn't anything I've seen before, so I'm sorry, but there's not much else I can do aside from a few small painkillers and maybe some elixirs.
I understand. I'll go find Kendora. Perhaps she may have a better idea how to deal with this.
I think she's in a meeting right now, but she might have some insight.
All right, I will go and seek out Kendora.
Okay.
Well, they're looking for Zurg.
Yeah, and the rest of you make your way sort of out into the open area where the goblins and a few others are working with Wushu on doing some forging. She's sort of giving a basics class, kind of alternating between doing a little bit of forging herself and then kind of running around to check on everyone else. and see what they're doing. It seems like she has them mostly just trying to hammer the metal into the shape of spear tips, while she does the actual grinding and sharpening of them.
Yeah, I guess Cyan would approach the goblin that we saw in the meeting with Matsuki.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, uh, Chieftain Zarg, I presume.
Yeah, that's me.
We have some bad news about uh, one of your tribe members, Rook.
Ugh. He's gone and gotten himself killed, hasn't he?
Not exactly. He's alive, but there's a strange condition that's kind of hit him. Do you mind accompanying us back to where he is? You might know if you see it in the flesh.
Miss Young, these folks need me for a few, so I'm gonna leave this piece here and I'll come back to finish it in a bit. It's alright, take your time. Alright, let's go see what he's fucked up with this time.
It's a little strange. Hoping you could help and kind of guide him to the bunk.
Sure. As he walks over, sees the state Ruxin. Ugh.
That's his reaction.
What the hells were you letting him experiment with?
Not exactly an experiment. There was this strange to describe, but kind of shadowy hands that kind of grabbed him from the soil from underneath. Kind of turned his skin rotten almost. We weren't sure whether this was part of what's happening here in Willow Shore or something else that you might be familiar with.
It's no effect I've ever seen before. Ugh. What happened to his arm?
Oh,
Which one?
Right there, I can see bone.
It's poking the bone.
He does. He like sticks a finger in it and just starts poking it. Yeah, that's bone. Why am I seeing that?
Is this the one that got burnt?
is this
By the
divine?
vitality lash, yeah.
I ain't there. I can't.
It was burned off in attempt to stop the rot.
I mean, I guess it worked. I don't see any rot there.
It did actually. The rot was kind of spreading fast, and shadowy hands were kind of trying to push him down, I guess, into the soil or something.
Well,
It stopped it, but we can't. Any healing seems to not just work on him.
huh.
So no idea.
I got nothing.
Do you
He's-
have anyone that would?
Not particularly. I mean, I could catch up, I suppose, with Visk, see if she's seen anything like it, but I doubt it. You haven't been warned, any of us growing up, about this sort of rot overtaking you or shadowy hands trying to drag you into the dirt. But, I mean, he's been experimenting with all sorts of weird stuff these last years, so ever since he came back from that outing, he hasn't quite been the same.
What outing?
Yeah, sorry. Watch out.
Went out to do a bit of mining at some point. Came back with some regular goods for trade like usual and sort of closed him off a little bit more at that point. Went, well, we all thought he had gone a little loosey-goosey upstairs, if you know what I mean.
Did he go with Gip?
Chief kind of blinks a couple times.
As like, how do you know that name, or who the fuck are you talking about?
Like, give me a perception check.
Restless motive.
Can I do it?
Yeah,
I
this
forgot that
falls
as
under
well.
sense motive, so you guys can.
Yeah,
You'd
it
like.
is sense motive.
I'm not there.
I wonder what you rolled, Gaius. Could be anything.
We'll never know.
Cyan, it's very much of like that moment when someone mentions someone you haven't thought about in a very long time, and then all of a sudden someone brings them up and like memories of them start kind of flooding back to you for a brief moment. It's very much that sort of expression on his face.
Oh,
No,
seem to have...
Gip didn't go with him on that trip.
Yeah, you seem to recognize the name. Rook says there's some rivalry between him and Gip.
There was. That's a good way of putting their relationship.
Has Gip been here by any chance in the estate?
Gip died 8 years ago.
There it is.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that, Jericho?
Gip died 8 years ago.
Oh. Oh.
Shit. I'll just walk away from the conversation after that. kind of go like hands on top of my head, just like, well, shit.
I see.
Ever since he came back, Rook has been claiming every now and then that Gip has been showing up and sabotaging his projects. None of us ever saw him. Granted, none of us ever saw Gip die either. He just up and vanished one day. But we haven't seen hide nor hair of him in a long time, so no one's really believed Rook when he said Gip's showing up and sabotaging his stuff.
Did any of you suspect that Rook had something to do with Gip's disappearance?
No. Gip went out to try one of his new inventions, something he had been keeping secret from everyone up to that point. And when we found the broken machinery, never found any trace of Gip though.
That's too bad. Rook seems to be under the impression that Gip's still out to get him.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, I'd say it looks like Gip got him.
Well, there's something that no one has ever seen before, so I don't know. Well, you can see he's, of course, no condition to get out, so I think he'll need to stay here and see if one of the doctors or one of the more magically inclined could take a look at him.
See what you can find out, but honestly, I'm not sure you'd be better served with him helping you out if he does come back anyways. The fact that he hasn't truly lost it up till now is surprising, to say the least.
Yeah. I seem to be scared about a lot of things.
I gotta get back. Do me a favor, if he
Yeah.
does wake up, let me know. If he doesn't, I might sound harsh here, but honestly, spending resources on him might not be the most beneficial for others that could need them.
Oh. I see. That's valid. All right. Thanks for accompanying us. We just thought you might know something, but
Sorry I couldn't be more help.
yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right. As he walks away to reconvene to the forges, and Kuramori and I believe Ko head to meet with Elizeth, that's where we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So we'll let everyone stand up, stretch, get some water, and when we come back, we will have you all meet with Elizeth over this situation. See you in a few. But welcome back from break, everyone. So, Kuromori and Ko, are you with Kuromori as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The two of you sort of head into the meeting hall where Matsuki, Elizeth, and a few others of the more important people are going over some of the reports that some of the hunters who have managed to bring 3 or 4 more living people back throughout the day so far are giving. And they sort of look up as you all, the two of you walk in. Oh, good. It's good to see you two back safe and sound. I hope it's not just the two of you coming back.
We all did come back. We were able to bless 3 coins, but something's happened to one of us.
Not wonderful.
I'm not. Something's befallen our Rook, the goblin, and I'm not sure what to make of it.
Well, I imagine then you're seeking out one of us for a more professional opinion.
I was hoping Elias might have an idea of what's happening to him. It's conventional healing is not working.
Elizeth, I'll catch you up on everything we finish up here. Please help them. We're going to need all of them for everything that's happening. She sort of nods. Sorry, go ahead.
We lowered the dam to make travel across the water easier. Also, the other lodges have also been destroyed.
Unfortunately, we're past the point of really hoping much in the way of architecture to survive. Whatever we do have will be good, but we're expecting some long weeks of reconstruction after this is all over. Luckily, that's what we're good at, so we'll get to it. And Elizabeth will kind of stand up at this point and make her way over towards you. All right. Let's go. Tell me what happened as we walk towards him.
Rick had a some sort of mental episode. Kept going on about an art goblin whip, and guys attempted to knock some sense into him and hit him. And when he landed face down in the dirt, his flesh started rotting. The strangest thing is, it seems like I'm trying to think of how to word it in terms of in world, but basically explain that vitality and spirit damage seems to harm him now.
Sure.
And I would mention that the Suki Shrine had a veil of light around it, which burned Rook.
Okay.
He's in a coma of some kind as well.
Look, I sometimes I lack filters.
Sometimes that's necessary. You got to get all the details in. How did he end up face down in the ground? Well, guys slapped him.
Well, someone punched him really hard.
No, it was
a
an
necessary
open
slap.
hand slap.
A critical slap.
We want to make it really clear. It was a slap.
It was a
Alright.
slap.
intent-
Apologies.
The intent was not to punch him into the ground, just to slap him gently. But unfortunately, it was harder than intended. But she kind of just listens quietly as you're all making your way, and you pretty quickly arrive at Rook with Cyan probably still standing there. Gaius having walked off. I'm not sure how far away you went, Gaius. But
I'm kind of just like in the area, but kind of like in the hallway kind of deal.
she walks over and sort of kneels down in front of Rook and begins examining his body a little bit more in depth. Let me give her some rolls. Let's pull up her character sheet. Interesting.
Those nat ones.
Not in that one, thankfully. Might have been in that too.
Oh.
But it's okay, she's got a really good religion modifier, everyone. She takes a few minutes examining him and then pulls out a little bit of chalk and begins drawing a couple magic circles on the ground, writing out a few formulae. And begins muttering under her breath a little bit, very obviously casting some spells.
Can you recall knowledge and what she's doing?
You may try.
I'll probably fail.
She is, as far as you can tell, attempting to cast some spells that would detect poison, detect disease, and check the mental state of the target. And by check mental state, I specifically mean like checking for any enchantments or anything, any magic that is manipulating their mind or has hold of it in any form. She kind of like rocks back onto her heels after all this magic activates and thinks. This is strange. Very, very strange. It is... Oh, goodness, 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 goodness. I have thoughts but no immediate answers at the moment. But I can spend a bit more time, but it'll probably be a few hours. I'll have to try some things that are a bit more precise. So, unfortunately, I can't give you any immediate answer.
Understand.
But I think I'm hesitant to say this at the moment. It does not appear that Rook is suffering from any sort of unwilling external factors.
What does it mean, unwilling external factors.
Whatever caused this effect on Rook is maintaining its hold. I think Rook allowed it to happen to him willingly.
That would make sense of his mental break. He was not in a good place mentally. I turned to the others. Did you learn anything about Quip?
Right. So Gip's apparently been dead for 8 years. Kuromori.
Oh.
Now if what Elizeth is telling us is if he accepted this willingly, I wonder if he felt guilty for some reason about Gip's death, and this was just Gip coming back and he just accepted whatever revenge or whatever fate. Gip
He
was...
He did say gift spirit at one point.
It's just a theory of mine. If I'm hearing that Gip's been dead for 8 years and yet Rook still thinks it kind of ruining his life. I don't know if that's something that Eliza, you would know, like ghosts taking vengeance or coming back for an unfinished business of sorts.
Oh. Tells all his time.
Probably.
Can I recall knowledge on witchcraft?
Sure. Interesting. You've seen a bit of Rook's magic before, and this morning, in particular, when you were all sort of doing your preparation for the day, many of you would have likely seen Rook with Isaac, practicing a few of his base incantations and runes. There is a likelihood, that Rook had some sort of entity that grants him his magic, but not like Kuromori gains magic, where he gains it from his worship of a deity. Rook's magic very much more likely came from making a deal with something. And from what you're aware, the consequences of breaking such a deal or acting out in a way that whatever you made a deal with doesn't want you to do can have strange and dire consequences.
Ew.
I think if he had this break at any other time, anywhere else, he probably would have been fine. But we're in a state of where the veil between living and dead is very thin right now.
I'll let Eliza get on with her work.
Yeah, I'm just sort of speaking out loud if anyone
Yeah,
cares to
that's
listen.
fine. Yeah, keep up.
That's like, So perhaps Quip had an opportunity to strike back at him?
Potentially.
Perhaps we
Uh,
can talk more and leave Elizeth to her work.
Yes.
I'll
right.
keep doing what I can. I'll see what I can figure out.
I'll try to gather the others up, find a private area. Rook seems to practice a form of magic that's gifted by another entity, usually involving some sort of deal. Um, I don't have full knowledge of what kind of deals are made, but culturally, I think it's usually bad. If you
Would I be able
somehow
to?
violate the pact, then things can happen that are outside the norm.
I would like to call knowledge on seeing if I know anything about any of these deals that he's talking about to gain magical power.
Go for it.
What did the chief say about Rook?
I didn't really know much. It doesn't appear to be kind of goblin specific related. It was strange to him as well, and he did like mention the passing of Gip 8 years ago. Otherwise, he talked about Rook doing experiments and the like, and going on an outing of sorts. And
Outing?
right, an outing at some point. I don't know if that's probably when he made the deal that you're talking about.
I mean, did he come back different?
He kind of did. Right, Gaius? That's what Sarg mentioned.
Yes.
When he returned from the outing, there was some kind of. I think that's when the mental gaps started occurring. He seems strange to the rest of the tribe. But I guess in any case, Rook's safer here in the estate.
Yes, and we can see what Elizeth says after her full examination.
Right. Have you? Did you go to the Matsuki and his?
We told him that we've blessed 3 coins, but then informed him of what had happened to Rook.
Right.
We didn't go any further details beyond that.
I see. Should we ask him if they have a spare boat here? That's where we are going next, right? To our houses on the
Yeah.
other side?
The goal, I believe, is to acquire that poison that was mentioned.
Yes, that would be in my uncle's, our house, basically.
Ah,
We can cross over.
Oh.
But yeah,
over there.
yes, over there. Guys and I are neighbors, so we'll be hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. All right.
First things first, Gaius, off of your recall knowledge roll. Sorry. You are, at the very least, able to corroborate most of what Ko says to the group. There is a high likelihood that, as you guys have surmised, whatever this venture Rook went out on a while back and came back changed was likely when he met his patron.
Okay.
Based off of how Rook was acting, you might even have an idea of what type, or at least what the sort of main feeling and emotion that the patron imprinted onto Rook was. And that would be some very, very great form of resentment. That just seems completely uncontained. Especially with the knowledge now that Gip died a long time ago, but Rook is still seemingly very obsessed with him and saying that he ruins everything. There is a decent chance that whatever patron made a deal with Rook did so feeding off of and enhancing that resentment that Rook felt.
Okay. Do any of you know a creature that feeds off of resentment? It seems to be the base of his deal.
Well, it's not a very pleasant creature to be dealing with.
I could try to recall knowledge on that, Mr. Kurumori.
Sure. Just chaining
I
the
don't-
recall knowledge rolls.
Yeah, I'm not expecting much out of it.
Unfortunately, Kuromori, it is a wildly different method of gaining magic than what you're used to.
Right.
And so, while you understand what everyone else is talking about, the idea, because your magic comes from worship and it being granted to you,
Right.
thus through
Right.
that. The idea of it'd be very much like speaking to Sukiyo and making a bargain for that magic, and that's
Right.
just not how your relationship works.
I was thinking more along the lines of figuring out what sort of entity might.
Yeah,
But
even
then
with that,
Yeah, I wasn't
there's so
expecting much.
many. There's
Yeah.
so many creatures in existence, so many that could potentially feed off of resentment or emotions that it's not really something that you think you can pin down with the amount of information you have right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be saying it. I was like, we don't have enough to figure that out, and unfortunately, I don't think the answer will be in Willowshore.
Yeah, did the chieftain say where his outing went?
No, didn't really mention where.
What was he doing on the outing?
I think it was just one of his experiments again.
He mentioned mining, right?
Yes. Mining and gathering scrap to trade.
Then I would have told Ko that. Because I was listening to Sar in character. Yeah, mining and goods for trade.
Perhaps he went into some cave and met something.
Potentially.
With it being narrowed down, would I be able to recall a creature that
It's going to be in the
lives in-
same vein as Kuromori's attempt. It's like narrowing it down to a cave doesn't actually really narrow it down. Entities that are capable of granting magic are extremely powerful entities in the first place. Meeting one in it, like it being a cave that he potentially met it in, wouldn't really have any impact. The location wouldn't matter that much.
Okay.
Well, not to sound callous, but he made his bed and everyone else here hasn't. Maybe when we get a chance, we can investigate where he went and see if we can't help him, but we really need to deal with this immediate problem.
Exactly. The crisis around Willow Shore is the prime.
I agree.
yeah.
And turning on the eternal lantern is kind of important right now. I don't know if we have time, but shall we try to attempt to cross over to the other side today?
So I just want to confirm something for you all. The Eternal Lantern is on this side of the river.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure everyone's on the same page with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
it's just the Bosus there
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
right next
so,
to the
yep.
Buso.
So we want to do something with the Buso first before
Yes.
lighting it, I guess.
I see. And right, crossing over would let you to potentially, hopefully, meet with Dr. Dami if everything's all right, because it was mentioned that he might have poison.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Just confirming. I didn't want you guys to go over to the other side thinking that was where the lantern was.
No.
Yeah.
Shall we get a boat then?
Right.
It is the early evening now. We should probably.
It's only about 5 p.m. right now. So, dinner time.
I just meant unless we're gonna camp at one of your houses.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I
Once
don't know
yeah.
the state of my house or Guy's house, but
Or
if it-
we try to get to grandmother. Is that her name? I can't remember.
oh yeah, Granny Who. Granny
Yeah,
Who's in the
Granny
trade post.
Way down here.
Definitely safe there as well. Sounds like.
So if we cross the river tonight, what I mean is we're probably not coming back tonight.
Oh, definitely. I
Yes.
agree.
But we should
So-
probably cross when it's daylight.
I still have most of my magic, so if we want to go today, I'm willing. But it's up to you.
Let us go.
All right.
So you were gonna ask someone to give you a boat, right? Or if they had one.
Yeah, old Matsuki might definitely know of something.
Might know of one nearby.
Yeah. So we'll head back to old Matsuki.
Sure. Make your way. At this point, the meeting is mostly wound down, and they're just sort of having a group meal. And as you all make your way inside, oh, I hope everything's going all right. Come, sit. We'll get some food brought in for you all.
Right. Thanks for the meal, but we'll be probably heading out soon after eating, old Matsuki. We're wondering if you have a boat to spare. We want to cross over to the other side to look for, like you mentioned, Granny Who and the rest. And we're keen. I'm keen personally to look for my uncle.
Unfortunately, I don't carry any boats here. We checked down by the milling houses. Cho Chung Hu actually speaks up a little bit. When we were all making our way here, a few of them had been attacked and destroyed. There might be some boats still. We tried to hide a few, but there's no guarantees that any of them have successfully managed to evade the eyes of our invaders. At the very least, I could give you all a crash course on how to repair a boat, if you need. There's very likely at least a number of the damaged ones still around, and it wouldn't hopefully take too long to repair them enough to make them river-worthy. There's 5 of you, so you'll probably need 2 boats to cross. A regular
Um,
rowboat can only hold 3 people at a time.
do you have a repair kit you could spare for us to repair these boats?
I have some. You guys also have a repair kit because Rook had one, so that's in the party stash right now. But
you.
they could also spare one if you need a second one.
All right. Well, yeah, maybe while we're eating, you could give us a crash course.
Sure, yeah, I can do that. And over the next hour or so, the meal goes a little bit long because there's a number of times where he has to sort of stop what he's doing with eating to sort of get up and give a demonstration. But he'll give you guys a pretty solid crash course on how to repair any of the broken boats you might come across. So if you're unable to find any that are working or in good condition, but you can find some broken ones, at the very least, you could fix them up enough to make them seaworthy for the short journey across the river.
All right. Yeah, where did you say, Jushin, who the boats were? The ones that were you tried to hide?
We didn't really get to hide them that much, but by the milling houses. So, we just
All right.
tried to hide a few under tops, but if we're lucky, they survived, but there's no guarantee.
Okay. Hopefully, we'll find some functional ones, and if not, your tutorial has been helpful.
Best of luck.
Sai just looks at everyone to see whether they finished their meals.
And Matsuki will kind of pipe back up once you guys are done and everyone's finishing their food. And he's, just in this dinner alone, gone through almost an entire bottle of sake. You guys notice. Man's a drinker and a half. Just a reminder to, at the very least, try to avoid downtown. From what we've managed to hear reports of, that is where the greatest concentration of monsters is. So, unless you're confident, please be careful. Can ill afford to lose you at the moment.
Oh, yeah, we will. Kuromori lives there though, so it's a shame.
We must focus on the greater good for now. Start chuck some that.
Shall we?
Yeah, I'm ready if all of you are.
Okay.
I could draw my spear again.
Woohoo!
And the bridge itself, Jericho,
Mhm.
it's kind of, we could pass a boat under the bridge, right?
With the water being lowered, definitely.
Okay, got it.
You guys could get the boat onto the lake without any issue.
Perfect.
All right. Then you
Right.
all are free to head out towards the milling houses.
Oh.
I'll do a seek action for exploration.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love how you guys do the stutter steps to get there. It makes me so happy. I want you to know that. I
Well,
appreciate
you
it
know,
so much.
We don't know when
Wait.
it's gonna happen.
No,
So-
Rook! Rook, stay back!
Stay back, Rook.
No! Rook!
Oh
no,
yeah.
He's loving.
Oh no, it's a zombie!
Rook just gets up and walks after you all on autopilot.
Oh no,
Oh, I have a
he's
new
chicken
power.
My
He's taking
player
the mummy
theory
dedication.
is that he's like dead, but he made a deal to be still alive or something. But
maybe.
And his patron's mad at him for some reason.
Who's to say?
He's actually
No one who
this
follows
entire
me
time.
gets pimp slapped.
Yep. Why did you allow yourself to be slapped?
You fool.
You fool.
You have to at least stay standing if you get slapped. That's the bare minimum for his patron. All right. Cole, you said you were going to be seeking for a boat as well? Did I catch that?
Now they're seeking. I'll just continue to detect magic.
Okay. Then-
Yeah,
They're
if
all
we're
more
if we're
perceptive than I
here,
am.
Sorry?
if we're here without incident, I'm gonna start looking for a boat.
Sure. And Cole, what were you saying there?
Oh, I just said they're more perceptive than I am anyway.
Fair enough. I suppose I cannot
See?
begrudge you that. Yes. Fantastic. The good news is, Cyan and Gaius, the two of you, or not, sorry, Kuromori and Gaius, the two of you managed to find a pair of boats. However, they do both have a couple large holes in them. That'll require a little bit of work to repair.
I can do some repairs.
I can aid.
Yeah, I have crafting as well.
I only have +3.
Yeah, I have +5,
Plus
I'm not
4.
good at crafting.
and it says you are the best in your party, so
Yeah.
I will do it.
Guess I'll aid.
Okay. It's going to be about an hour per boat, realistically. So by the time you guys finish repairing one of them, night will be falling.
Well, here's my aid roll, hopefully.
Okay.
Ugh.
Not a success, unfortunately, but not a crit fail, so no penalty on the crafting check.
It was on an
Crit
18 for a
fails.
split second.
I know, it looked so good.
Oh, it says drag item here.
Oh, yeah, just make a crafting check. Don't use the actual craft or repair
Oh,
macro.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Because
makes
otherwise
sense.
it's going to want an actual item that I don't have for you.
Oh, craft is the same.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Crafting
craft.
or repairing will ask for the item or formula directly dragged in.
Yeah. Sorry. So which should I just use?
Just make a
instead?
general crafting check from your character sheet.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Yeah, if that fails, I'm gonna hero point that.
Yeah, go for the hero point.
Got it.
I guess it doesn't take the full out. Oh, no.
Uh,
No! So good news, Cyan. You regain a hero point that you just spent.
Nah. Can I reroll a
You
hero
cannot.
point again?
Anything that
Oh.
has been affected by a misfortune or fortune effect cannot be rerolled
Damn.
again.
All right.
And we watch as the boat sinks. So.
Sorry.
No worries. Do me a favor. Go ahead and roll 2d6 damage. Cyan.
Yep.
Okay, so that applies after hardness is taken away. So, thankfully, this does not fully destroy the rowboat, but it does damage it a bit further instead of repairing it.
Damn.
You end up like pulling some of the boards out to make a better hole that you've got some spare material for nearby, but you end up doing a little bit of damage to the internal structure of it as you're pulling those boards off that you realize, oh shoot, you're gonna have to fix that now too.
Sorry, folks.
It does. I realize it only takes 10 minutes per attempt, not an hour. I am a fool. So.
Oh, nice.
But you can continue trying. Yeah, it's just 10 minutes per attempt.
Yeah, I'll move on to the other boat first. The one that I didn't extra
Sure.
destroy. Okay.
I kind of want aid, but also kind of scared too.
If someone wants to aid again, they're more than welcome to. Your DC for aid is 15.
Sure.
Go for it.
There you
There.
go. Right on 15.
Hey, so you get a
Perfect.
+1 circumstance bonus to this.
Awesome. +1. Don't fail me now.
Don't fail me now.
There you go.
That is a success. So that will restore. Are you trained in crafting? Yes.
I am.
So that will heal it back a total of 10 hit points, which is exactly enough to heal that rowboat to full hit points. So after your blunder with the first one, you take a little bit of time here. On the second one, you're a bit more careful, and you manage to fully patch up all of the holes on it such that you have a functional rowboat now.
That's one rowboat down.
Congrats.
Another 10 minutes back on the other one.
Yep.
A little help.
All right, here we go.
12 fails, I can try.
Oh,
Unfortunately, no buff this time.
Got it.
Can multiple people try and the bonus only applies once for the aid another?
I don't think there's anything that says you can't, unless I'm remembering aid wrong.
I think there might be
Yeah.
a limit of how many can try it. But I'll give it a shot.
Nothing really says how many you can't try it, because no matter what, it's a circumstance bonus from people.
Right.
So
Right.
they wouldn't stack. So if multiple people wanted to aid and you're doing this as a group project, you absolutely can.
Woo.
That'll give you the +1 circumstance bonus.
I will accept that.
I think normally for future you'll all have to decide that's what you're doing
Yes.
though. Instead of one
Right,
person rolling and then seeing you failed and another person deciding to try. Very nice though, Cyan. That will actually restore it 20 hit points here because it's a crit success, which will make up for your blunder and fully repair it.
Yeah, it
And
just
that will fix the
takes
boat.
getting used to, but
Yeah.
let's should be safe to ride now.
At this point, it's just after 7 p.m., so you've got 30-40 minutes before night falls.
All right, let's
Get her on her way.
get her in the way. Yes.
So, I would like everyone to specify who's in what boat. Because you can put up to 3 people in a boat, and you're going to need someone to pilot, to actually row the boat.
Is it athletics to
Athletics
row
or
the boat?
sailing,
If you-
Lord?
I will row the boat, and I'll be in the first one.
Okay.
I'll
I
go
can
with
row the other one
Gaius. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have six to athletics.
So you guys could actually separate yourself based off of who's in what boat, and put whoever's actually piloting up at like the top of the line,
Oh, okay.
just to make it
where's
a
our
bit
lines?
easier to keep track of. Okay.
This.
So you got Gaius and Ko in one, Kuromori piloting the other. Cyan, who would you like to go with?
Sorry, where is Kuromori piloting?
Kuromori's over here.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Kuromori.
Perfect. Who would we like Buck to go with? We just want to flip a coin?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going with Gaius and Ko. Sorry,
Alright.
folks. All right. So, we've got Gaius and Kuromori are piloting the boats. Where are you attempting to pilot the boats to?
We're going east. Yeah.
East, through the lake? Okay.
Yeah.
We're just hoping that the Busa won't see us.
Yep.
I mean, if you wanted to, you guys could, as a group, it'll take a bit of time, but you could carry the boats overland towards, like, over here somewhere or over here, where it's already past the bridge, and then just row across the lake from there.
Nah, what he's gonna do?
Fair
All right.
enough.
Throw.
Maybe not let me make the decision for the whole party.
I'm game with just boating under the bridge.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
What's not a little danger?
Yeah, he's gonna throw Jenkins at us.
They're gonna jump off the bridge on you.
They're too busy partying on the south
Yep.
side.
Just remember,
Hopefully.
the third practice says nothing about willingness to enter the body of water.
Don't fall in.
All right, let's do it.
So our initial athletics.
So yes, I will need athletics from Kuromori and Gaius, and Cyan and Ko, if the two of you could give me perception checks, please.
Sure.
Assuming the two of you are keeping watch.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we rolled the same number.
Yep.
Sharp eye.
Awesome.
I'm glad on my boat.
Fuck. Damn. Okay. I can deal with this. Yeah, this... Ooh, no, I like that. All right. I got this. This is going to be fun. I hope you're all excited. For the world's nicest boat ride. In the middle of a bloody fog. Just so peaceful and quaint, right?
What could go wrong? Like a town of love.
From hell. Kuromori and Gaius, the two of you managed to pilot your boats with relative ease. Requires a little bit of effort, but you're both strong. You don't really have much of an issue piloting the boat through the waters towards the other side. As you approach the bridge to go under it, you do realize that it's going to be a little bit rough. It seems like enough time has passed since the dam was lowered that the water has risen enough to spill over. And so it's not particularly low now. It's a bit lower than it was, but it's going to be a bit of a scrape to get under the bridge. But thankfully you managed to do it without too much trouble. Gaius and Ko. Your boat's kind of behind the others too. Not by far, like 10 feet back maybe at best. But aside from the sort of rhythmic dipping sound of the oars into the water, the ripples distorting what little light and fog that touches it, Cyan, actually, you notice what feels like a subtle current sort of tugging at the boat you're in. And what looks to be a faint glow underneath the water where this tugging is coming from.
Cyan nudges Kuromori a little bit and points at the glow.
Ooh.
And is it just like a bioluminescent kind of thing?
No. No, it definitely looks like the water itself is almost rippling and glowing, like there's a shape underneath the water.
I tried to roll away from it.
You can definitely do your best to, yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of... They're just 10 feet back, right?
Yeah, like about 10 feet behind.
Gaius, take note of that little glow a little bit ahead. Try to avoid it.
Are you looking back at them to say this, or are you just calling it out?
I'm just calling it out.
Okay. You fool.
I feel like I'm getting trapped.
I would like
don't
everyone to
call his
roll
name out.
initiative, please. I would like Gaius and Kuromori to roll initiative using athletics, and I would like Cyan and Ko to roll initiative using perception.
Perception. Oh, sorry.
That's a low roll.
Yeah,
Buck was scouting, right?
Buck. Buck is doing what we like to call, in my games, when the player does not show up for the session, he's taking a smoke break in the ethereal plane. He is both with you and gone. If we have need of him, he shall return. If not, he's not here.
All right, so no +1.
No. You guys could get a +1. I will give you a little spoiler and say it would not matter here. Unfortunately, my haunt rolled a nat 20 for initiative.
Oh.
+20.
Oh.
So we might have gotten a 40 initiative at level 1, which is honestly wild.
What?
Your player should be level 13 when they pass this.
Right.
This is going to be fun.
We're gonna get dragged down.
Cyan and Kuromori. The two of you hear a splash come from behind.
Didn't say her name. We could look.
Gaius and Co. The two of you unfortunately did not notice, and even when Cyan called out, became a little bit more focused on the glowing ripples in front of you, that you missed the glowing spectral hands crawl out of the water behind your boat and begin pulling it down into the water. And now, with a jolt, they let go. The boat bobbing up high into the air, splashing down into the water, and capsizing, leaving the two of you now swimming in the water. Cyan, it's your turn.
Yeah, can I recall knowledge on how to... They've already capsized.
If it makes you feel any better, Cyan, you didn't break the rule this time.
I know, I was looking.
Technically,
As a
all of
party-
you did, if we're being fair. Because
Just by being in the boat.
by being in a boat to cross the water, it counts as entering the water for the purpose of this practice. At least for how ghosts see it.
Yeah,
Then why don't
Here,
they have more
ghosty, ghosty,
bridges?
ghosts.
Right.
Because
They're like,
normally there wouldn't be ghosts nearby. You're
yeah,
only not
like
supposed to enter
as
water
a
if there's a
paranoid
ghost.
people, there should be a bridge up here. There should be a
No.
bridge.
Because also these
This-
practices
this
only
should
get
be a
followed for the
bridge.
first couple weeks in summer.
Yeah.
that's
Like-
fair.
Bridge
ghosty, ghosty,
there,
Here, ghosty, ghosty, ghosts.
there. Like,
Yeah,
You should bring this up with Matsui the next time we see him.
Matsuki.
I
more
will.
bridges.
Okay.
If I
bridges.
survive, yeah, like come on. You want people to follow these practices.
But
You gotta
there's
add bridges.
significance to the Dawnstep Bridge. You want more just lame, unnamed, non-significant bridges?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, fair enough. I don't think I can blame you for wanting them.
Especially now.
Yeah, since the two of you in water have these
have
ghostly
five.
ants grabbing at your legs.
Suddenly, we just get a real fine knack for infrastructure.
Gosh.
Cyan, go ahead and give
so-
me that recall knowledge roll.
Yeah. Are the hands still there?
Oh,
Like-
yes.
Okay.
You see him grabbing at Ko and Gaius, seemingly trying to drag them even deeper into the water.
Yeah, get recall knowledge.
Awkward because I'm trying not to make a lot of noise either.
At this point, you guys are like a bit further into the lake itself,
okay,
realistically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're past the bridge.
Yes, you are past the bridge when this is occurring. You are fully in the lake. And Gaius and Co. My goodness, do you see a number of bodies floating in the water?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That is a lot
I
of
did.
bodies.
I did a recall knowledge.
I saw. Unfortunately, with that roll, Cyan, you're not exactly sure in this immediate moment. That overwhelming thought that grips your mind as you watch them hit the water is a little bit of relief that, oh, thank goodness I didn't break one of the 8 practices this time, followed immediately by, oh shit, they broke the 8 practices. And so in that first moment, you fail to sort of focus enough to think about what could be exactly what's going on and how to deal with it.
Yeah, second and third moment, same thing. Recall
Sounds good.
knowledge.
You manage to think about it a little bit more, and I mean, let's be honest, it's probably spirits, probably some unquiet spirits of drowned people or something. But
Yeah, and then I guess for third, I'm just gonna tell Kuromori that our 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 companions are starting to drown. We should head back, or if you know anything, you're very good at that exorcism thing. Uh, the hands are still pulling them down.
Pick the oar.
And we're just holding on to Buck.
He's
Floats,
an
right?
He's
Ichiro.
just a life preserver at this point.
And I pick up
He's-
the oar so that Kuromori is free
Sounds
use of
good.
his hands.
Ko, you're up.
I will attempt to diplomatize and be kind to them.
Sure.
Nice day for a swim, isn't it? You guys are really good swimmers, you know that?
Unfortunately, specifically with diplomacy, that is not high enough.
Oh.
These are, as you're trying to talk to them, which, I mean, first and foremost, you do that with very little of the oxygen you have left.
Oh, I'm actually underwater. Okay.
Like, you fell underwater, you probably bobbed up for air and said this out loud, but they are definitely trying to grab you and pull you under as this is happening.
Okay, I guess I'll try a recall knowledge
Sure.
so that I know what I can use to.
Absolutely. As you say that, and there's no response aside from the grabbing, maybe even intensifying, you get just the sense that these are not like the phantoms. These are truly unquiet spirits that are actually trying to get you to join them in death.
Okay.
The simplest thing you can think of is probably either an attempt to exorcise them would be the best bet, or at least you're not sure if this many spirits, based on the number of bodies you can see, could be exorcised quickly, but a sufficiently holy enough attempt could, at the very least, hopefully quiet them enough to let you cross the water in peace.
So that'd be religion.
It's probably going to be religion
occultism.
as your best bet at doing this.
I'm untrained +0.
Oh. Gaius, we're up to you.
I guess I'll try to exercise it.
Okay. That is a critical failure. You do have a hero point if you'd like to use it.
Yeah.
Hero point.
Ah, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Unfortunate.
Doing your best to quiet them down, it more amounts to like thrashing in the water as you try and stay afloat right now, especially with the armor you're wearing and the weapons at your side. It's heavy. And you recognize that without help, there's probably not a lot of time before you're going under, and you'll only be able to hold your breath for so long. Which, I mean, is a lot, because by Pathfinder rules, you can hold your breath for a number of rounds equal to 5 plus your con modifier.
Okay.
Which is reduced by 1 at the end of your turn, or by 2 if you attacked or cast any spells that turn. You also lose 1 round worth of air each time you are critically hit or critically fail a save against a damaging effect.
Would I be able to try to roll like an athletics to like stay afloat?
Yeah, you could make a swim action. Absolutely.
Be that guy, Ko's in trouble.
Okay.
Because if you're in water, if you don't spend an action to swim,
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay. I was like, uh-oh.
You guys are probably going to be sinking anyways when you get grabbed. That's why I didn't make too big of a fuss about it. But
Okay.
swimming is
I
like
think
flying.
I had 1 action left, but
Yeah.
so I just recalled and.
Well, attempting to diplomacy about it. If
Oh,
we
it's
were,
a 2 action. So
if we were considering it under the disable attempt, it would be 2.
Okay, that makes sense. I was trying to disable it.
But realistically,
Yeah, I mean, my athletics is shit. So.
you're going to get drug under anyways. So, but swimming is very much like flying. If you do not make that action on your turn, you will fall or sink.
Okay.
So, interesting note about those special rules is you must try them every turn.
And let me try to exercise it. That's 2 actions, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
then
so just swimming 1. You could move a little bit with it, since that is a success on that 17. That would allow you to get about 5 feet forward.
I will try to get closer to Ko.
Okay, sure. I'll say you're able to get to him, considering the 2 of you were both in the boat next to each other. So that is easy enough to get to him. And Kuromori, that brings us to you then.
All right. It's a good thing you took the aura for me, because that allows me to cast guidance on myself.
All right.
And I will attempt a religion roll.
Okay. Trying to exercise them. Go for it.
Yeah. Hold on. Tsukio, I need your assistance.
The guidance is what did it.
Woo!
DC 23 was what you needed.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Yeah, baby.
taking a couple moments to grasp your holy symbol, utter a prayer, and call out with a blinding sort of ripple of blue light that crosses the rippling and glowing water. The hands that are grasping at Gaius and at Ko that are beginning to crawl up the sides of the boat you two are in. Relax. They don't fade away at all, but they just begin to sink towards the bottom of the river. Ko and Gaius, since the 2 of you are actually in the water, could you give me a perception check, please? Okay. Gaius, as you're in the water, trying to reach in as Ko is starting to sink a little bit and pulling him up so he can get air, down in the depths of the water, about 25 feet or so, you see what appears to be a statue that seems to be radiating just small amounts of energy from it. Just small ripples of water pulsing away from it constantly. The statue, probably about 8 to 10 feet tall and carved of stone. And from what you can tell from here, looks to be of a woman.
Nothing more than that.
At the moment, it's hard to tell. There's not really any
Okay.
light permeating the water.
Okay.
But it does appear to be a shrine of sorts, potentially, from what you can tell.
All right.
But with that, the spirits, at least for the moment, begin to rest once more and don't seem like they will harass you any further.
To flip the boat back over.
Yeah. Easy enough to get that.
While you're uprighting your boat and getting back in, can I steal a glance towards the shore?
Specifically over by your house, Koromori?
Yes.
Give me a perception check. You are, at this point, right on that edge where you can barely make out anything through the fog. Because the fog's maximum distance you can see is 500 feet. And that's
Right.
like absolute maximum. You can see the building that's your house. You can't really tell the state of it from where you are, though.
Okay.
But
Everyone all right over there?
As we can be.
All right. Good job on that, Kuromori.
Sort of a little head bow.
Let's row our way over there.
yeah, you guys are able to continue making your way over. And by the time you guys make it to the other shore and manage to get out, pull your boats up onto shore, the sun is setting and the fog begins to lift from Willow Shore once more. That same crimson moon beginning to shine in the sky.
Was Rick one of the ones who failed the saving throw on the moon?
Me and Rook.
Wait a sec. Don't look at the moon.
Oh, the map looks so vibrant without any fog on it.
Yeah.
I guess let's
Yeah.
head to my place.
Throws me off.
Yeah.
Before it starts raining blood again.
Right.
Yep. Finally, we
Strangely
reach our
enough-
side.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, finally we reach our side of this village.
Made it to Northbank. Northridge. I'm so proud of you. Strangely enough, as you're all making it, you would have expected by right around this time that rain to start falling. No rain falls tonight.
What's the state of the areas over here? Is it comparable to
Oh.
Southbank?
Buddy, it's bad.
That's my fear.
It's not good. It's so not good. The buildings are... Honestly, the buildings themselves, at first glance, don't appear to be in much worse shape than Southbank. But the amount of blood and the corpses you see on the streets is definitely much higher. Instead of one or two every few hundred feet, now there's a corpse or so every 50 to 100 feet, depending on where you look. There are a large number of people that do not appear to have made it here in Northridge.
Yeah, guessing we know these people.
You probably recognize them. Neighbors, friends. No one you directly recognize as, like, close family, though.
Guys, shall we head to your house?
Yes, please. I need a little bit of change of clothes now.
All right, because you borrowed that uh, town's guard's
And
outfit.
we're wet.
Yeah, it's mainly because we're
And-
wet.
And what?
That too. Either way,
As you make your way towards Gaius's house, that red moon shining above, I am going to need a save from everyone against the moon again.
Well,
oh, we're not looking.
It's kind of hard not to see
Uh,
it.
sorry, which role is this? Will?
This is just a will save, please. Koromori,
Got
you're
it.
completely
Moon.
fine.
The moon will never betray me.
Yeah, this is the second nat 20 for this role.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it fits.
Nope.
It fits.
Nope. Rerolling.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Ko.
Oh, it's Ko's turn this time.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Ko,
Yeah.
you get the hero point back.
Yep.
However, you instantly become frightened too. And what I forgot to mention from this last time is you are now fleeing as well.
Uh-oh.
Fleeing where?
Actually, no, sorry. You only become fleeing if there's blood rain. You're just frightened now.
Oh, okay.
That moon
I
shit's
was like-
scary.
I was like, how'd you run away from the moon?
Yeah. Just whatever
On
direction
the plus
you
side,
can.
I would view Gaius's place as the safest place in the
Yeah.
house. So I'd be fleeing to Gaius's house, I think.
That's fair, yeah.
He's knocked the door down.
Oh my god, get inside, get inside, get inside, get inside.
All right. As you guys make your way into Gaius's home, a relatively small location, but enough for one person, definitely. Go ahead and give me perception checks, anyone who wishes to.
Sure.
Oh yeah, here's my +1 because of fear.
Your armor's going to attack you.
I would never.
I
that
mean,
mean.
that'd be kind of sick, actually.
It would be kind of cool. Not what I
Like-
have planned, though. As you make your way into, or up to the front door, I should say, you notice the next building over, which is another one that's similarly, the door remains knocked down. But atop it, on the roof, you can see 3 of those phantom ravens just sitting atop, staring at you all.
I just wave. It's a nice moon, isn't it?
They sort of all turn their head in sync to regard you.
How are you all doing?
Lovely night.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I'll reroll that.
Okay.
Was it all of us that saw this?
Yeah, you all see it.
Okay. I will also play nice with them. How are y'all doing tonight?
That's such a classic hero point move right there.
Oh, very.
Okay. One of the ravens flies down towards you, Gaius. As you're kind of standing in front of your front door, it flies down and perches on the lip of the window right next to you. It just looks at you.
There's no need to rest there, and I'll put out my hand for it.
It will jump onto your hand.
Didn't think this far.
Like, are you sure? Are you sure that's wise?
Would you like to go inside, perhaps?
Its eyes blink a few times. Your home is safe.
Did he say no home is safe or your home is safe?
Your home is safe.
And just a normal voice.
Yeah,
I'll look around and see if other people heard it.
all
Did
of you
we?
heard it.
Did I do a sense motive?
Sure.
I'll trust it. I'll open my door. He hasn't attacked me yet. I got nothing to be scared of.
Fool!
Oh,
How could you trust the bird?
Hey, the
Bird,
bird hasn't.
bird.
No bird has attacked me at all. They've all been nice. They've all responded.
Kuromori, you definitely get the sense it wasn't necessarily done speaking when Gaius just throws the door to his home open. And so that's where we're going to end the session for tonight. As Gaius just throws open the door to his home. I'll even activate the map for you all.
there's a map. Oh no.
And I very much hope you all enjoyed this session. And I will see you all at the top of next week. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Good.